Hey friends, this is the Mrs. Wolfie from our Half Acre Homestead. Today I received a question in my comments, and I'm sorry, friend, if I can't remember who it was, and I did try and find it. But she asked me to do a video on how to start homesteading. Wow, it's actually not as easy as it sounds. To do the video, I mean, homesteading is homesteading. Um, what I would like to first say is that if I can do it, anybody can. What is not commonly known is that I have bad osteoarthritis in my knees. I have the beginnings of rheumatoid arthritis in my hands, and that's why I knit, to keep them limber. And yesterday I went to the rheumatologist and was diagnosed with fibromyalgia. So if anybody who knows anything about fibromyalgia, it's chronic pain and you never know where it's going to hit, when it's going to hit. And the reason I was sent to the rheumatologist was because the amount of pain that I'm in on a daily basis cannot just be explained by arthritis in my knees and hands. So, and I also have back issues as well. So when I say if I can do it, anybody can, I'm not kidding. I happen to be really, really lucky who has a husband and a son who does the most of the heavy work, the lifting of hay, the tilling of the soil, the lifting of the feed bags, the toting, feeding and watering the animals and stuff by buckets. That's a lot of work I cannot do. I could do, but it would be at the risk of my health, and my health is precarious at best. But, and also last year I had to have 6 hernias repaired, and they were all incarcerated. This means that there was, anyway, look, you can look it up. I'm not whining, folks. I'm not whining. What I'm saying is that if a 48-year-old woman who's pretty much disabled, with the help of her husband and, her somewhat voluntary teenager, can homestead, just about anybody can. And homesteading is not something you do. It's something you live. If you want to take an encapsulated Reader Digest version of how we started here, look up my video, My Half Acre Homestead. I mean, it's just a little set of pictures to music that shows you how we kind of started. We started it with 6 chickens. When you want to begin homesteading, even if you live in the city, you can start, even if you don't have land or anything else of your own. Okay? It starts with learning how to can, and you can do that if you live in the city. Go to a farmer's market, buy your fresh produce, teach yourself how to can. There are many, many videos out there, and 2 of the smartest women I know, 3, of the smartest women I know when it comes to canning is Atticus 9799, Cat's Cradle, and Bear Prepper. And Michigan Snow Pony, I'm sorry, I should have said the foremost smartest women I know when it comes to doing this. And what a lot of people don't realize is that this can be started in the city. Even if you're in an apartment with a balcony, you can start sprouts, you can container garden, you can go to the farmer's market. A boiling bath canner pot, a large boiling bath canner pot with all the tools to start your first set of canning tools can be bought. The whole set can be bought, I think, for $29.99 at like Ace Hardware or Canadian Tire. So, but I would start with the simplest things to can. If you've never canned before, start with things that are high acid: tomatoes, jams, jellies, relishes, those kind of things. Pickles, those things are the easiest and the hardest to spoil. I don't want to say an idiot can do it, but no, anybody who can read the instructions can do these things. So if you don't have land yet, start saving for it. Okay? I would want to say don't go into debt for land, but I don't know how else people do it. We bought this place, this half acre, 2 years after our bankruptcy, with help from a family member who helped us come up with the 50% down we needed to buy this place. And this place was falling down. So the first 2 years were spent making this home livable and, you know, putting a new roof on it and all that stuff. Then we started with 6 chickens, or what I thought was going to be 6 chickens. It turned out to be 11. And then I got a rooster, and I started hatching my own, and we put a garden in. First it was small, then it was bigger. This year it was bigger, and next year it's going to be even bigger because our chicken coop is going to be turned into a garden shed, and the chicken yard that's out back is going to be part of the garden. Our chickens are now going to be housed in the barn because after our debacle with the fisher and the raccoons that wiped out our entire meat bird flock, we've discovered that the laying hens have never been, touching wood, bothered, because we think it's because of the goats in the barn. The goats that come in and out of the barn, I think the smaller animals are a little more afraid to approach the chickens when there's that big of an animal around. So we're hoping. But we are going to start our new flock of meat birds in the barn. Start out simple. That's the best thing I can tell you, is start out simple. Start with research, but research is wonderful, but you have to apply it. So even if it's container gardening in the city, start, okay? The best way I can describe how to start homesteading is coming to the decision that you're no longer happy where you are and you're ready to take the next step, and that you can do it, and believing that it's the right thing. Study companion planting and heirloom seeds, and this is throwing a lot of information at you, but if you start small and work your way up, it's one lesson at a time. This is how we got where we are, is teaching ourselves one thing until we knew what we were doing to a certain degree, like the chickens. And the only reason we started with chickens is because I had raised chickens and turkeys before. So I had some knowledge there to begin with, and I had gardened before, and I had canned before, but on a much smaller scale than we do today. So start with what you know, and don't be afraid to try. That is what is so important. Don't be afraid to try. Making the decision that where you're at today is not where you want to be is the first step in deciding what you want to do tomorrow. Okay? So get as much knowledge as you can. Watch the prepper videos. Watch the homesteaders videos. These people have a lot of knowledge, and don't be afraid to ask questions. And if you're getting a lot of your information from YouTube, don't rely on just one source, okay? We're not always right. I do my best. If I find I've made an error, I go back and I correct it as ASAP, as soon as possible. But always double check your sources and pick a place where you want to start and start there, whether it's canning or getting a couple of chickens or putting in a garden or a container garden. How to start homesteading? Make the decision to start homesteading. This is the Mrs. Wolfe from our half-acre homestead saying, if I can do it, anyone can. Take care.